Hi, I'm Susan from BakeWithMom.com. Today we're going to make Lacy Florentine cookies. I have 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar that I just lightly put into the cup. You don't want it packed. And we're going to sieve it through a sieve so that it's nice and fine and there aren't any lumps in it. I have 1/4 cup of salted butter that has been softened. We're going to start beating it. And we're going to add our sieved brown sugar to it. I have 2 tablespoons of Caro syrup, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of whipping cream. Scrape the beaters down just a little bit, and then we're going to add our dry ingredients. I have 3/4 of a cup of cake flour. Make sure you use cake flour instead of all-purpose. And to that I added 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and it has been sifted together. Have your beaters on low. I've bought 4 ounces containers of orange peel. We're going to put 2 of those in. Be careful when you're buying this from the store, because sometimes they have lemon peel next to it, and believe me, it would make a very terrible tasting cookie if you had lemon instead of the orange. Then we're going to add 4 ounces of slivered almonds. I just like to get them mixed together well so that there's orange peel and almonds in the whole dough. We're going to preheat our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we're going to line 2 pans with parchment paper. And believe me, you need parchment paper with these cookies. They cannot go straight onto the pan, or you'll just have a crumbled mess when you try to get them off the pan. I'm going to take a teaspoon of the mixture at a time, about that much, put it on the pan, and then I'm going to get my fingers wet in a bowl, and I'm going to press it. And you want to press it as thin as you can, almost where the dough is like tissue paper thin, because that makes a beautiful lacy cookie. Sometimes you buy Florentines in the store and they're not lacy at all, they're just thick. That is not a good Florentine. You can only fit about 5 to a cookie sheet, or 6 to a cookie sheet. And don't worry if there's water on the baking tissue or the parchment paper, it's quite all right. I'm going to put them in the oven for 7 to 8 minutes. Now if you do 2 layers in your oven, you must switch them halfway through so that they both get done evenly, both pans. Once your cookies are cool, they'll pop off the sheet real easy, and you're just going to turn them over because we're going to wipe them with chocolate to finish it off. Use a semi-sweet chocolate. You can use chocolate chip cookies that are semi-sweet, or the bars of chocolate. Start with about 4 ounces of the chocolate, and if you use chocolate chips, you can just keep adding more if you need more for your chocolate icing. See how nice and lacy they get when you use your fingers and wet them? Otherwise they'd be thick and doughy and you wouldn't have the nice laciness. This is 4 ounces of melted chocolate. You'll probably need 8 ounces of melted chocolate for this. I like to use a pastry brush because it just gives it a nice even coat. And it's not too thick. I used to use a knife, but it gets it so thick then that it's more chocolate than you have cookie. You'll let them cool off and then you can eat them. Don't forget, you're going to be doing the bottom of the cookie, not the top, when you're putting your chocolate icing on. Hi, I'm Susan with BakeWithMom.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can learn to bake something new every Friday. If you have a question about baking or cooking, be sure and leave it below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.